This story starts with a young boy at the age of 11. One day, when he came home from school and his mother had not been back home from work yet, someone rang the doorbell. He opened the door to find a middle-aged man and a younger-looking woman greeting him and asking whether his mother was at home, which the boy denied. The man then stated that he was an author and that he intends to film his novel, looking for an actor to play the part of the second protagonist of his novel, who is supposedly a young boy. He then said that he had seen the boy on the street, entering this building earlier this day, and that he instantly thought he would fit the role perfectly. The man handed the boy a book and told him that he would wait inside a restaurant right around the corner until the boy's mother came home, so they could all talk together. Once the mother arrived, they went to the restaurant with the man waiting for them. He politely introduced himself and began to show different newspapers with his pictures in them, proving that he was, in fact, the author of the book. After explaining how the boy caught his eye and that he wanted him for the second main role, he implied the actor's huge salary for this part and that, in this case, the money would directly go to the legal guardian of the boy since he wasn't old enough to handle this much money on his own. For this story, it is important to know that the mother was a really young, full-time working single mother, and the boy just broke up contact with his father, who lives quite far away, because the boy didn't have the impression of his father really showing interest in the boy as an individual but rather seeing the boy just as a kid without personality, and they got into a bad fight when the boy had visited him during summer break a couple of months before. The mother struggled financially and seemed interested in the prospect of his son making that much money for her to handle, so she accepted the man's offer. The boy was excited as well, all the things he imagined would happen from this day forth. The man seemed thrilled and said that he would have to meet the boy again to reassure him that the boy really fits the role perfectly. He suggested taking the boy and the mother to a climbing hall, and they arranged a date. When the mother and the boy arrived in the climbing hall, the man awaited them in climbing gear and gave the boy a set of gear to wear. The boy was super excited, and he immediately began to climb up the walls with the man securing him on the ground. He reached the top of the wall and was filled with joy. But then he looked down and found himself hanging around 20 meters above the ground on a thin rope and remembered that he was terribly afraid of heights. The boy froze, and the man began talking to the boy. "You can do this. You got this, buddy." The boy relaxed and easily made his way down. Back down, the boy was overfilled with joy, pride, and gratitude because the man helped him believe in himself, much like a father would do. The mother watched all of this and was happy for the boy. It all went well, and at the end of the day, the man once again requested to meet the boy another time to reassure him that he fit the role. The mother agreed, since she would be with the boy. The next meeting went similarly well, with the man being charming and like a father figure to the boy. That was the last meeting where the mother was present from the start of the meeting. Afterward, the man started to pick the boy up from school, going to the doctors with the boy, asking the boy for his interests, and promising the boy gifts and awesome trips and activities. The boy has never been so happy, and the man started to fill a gap that the boy's father never filled. Soon it was normal for the man to be around the boy, and the mother showed no suspicions. Maybe another person taking care of her child for her to have some precious free time didn't sound too bad to the mother, or maybe she was focused on the idea of having that much money. The man soon began to tell the boy that he loved him, and that the boy should say that he loved the man as well. He then started to kiss him on the mouth on every other occasion, saying, "That is what fathers and sons do." One day, the man took the boy to his apartment. They laid on the bed, and the man sat the boy on his lap, facing each other. The man asked the boy whether he trusted him and asked the boy to spit in his face. The boy hesitated, but the man kept pressuring the boy, and he eventually gave in and spat the man in the mouth. The man started to touch the boy and open his pants. He then grabbed a ruler and measured the boy's pee-pee, saying how big it is for his age and how large his own pee-pee is. It was late, and the boy insisted on leaving. The man acted calm and nice and didn't mention anything about what just happened to not stress the boy or lose his trust and to give him a feeling of safety. Once the boy arrived at home, he told his best friend what had happened, and the best friend told his father. The father was furious and quickly called the mother to tell her what she had let happen. The mother burst out in tears and asked the boy if that was true, which the boy confirmed, and the mother then called the police. The boy gave a 4-hour testimony at the police station, telling them every detail of what had happened. The boy was not shocked by what had happened, but he was sad that his life was boring again. He was nothing special, and no one really cared for him. The mother quickly began to ignore this topic, and lastly, her attention for the boy faded away like it had always done. Sometime later, the boy looked the man up on the internet and found that the man went to jail after 35 other children testified against him after the boy did. The boy asked himself whether the other children would have testified without his initial testimony. Reflecting on what had happened, the boy realized that he simply didn't want to lose the one person who showed affection like a father, even though he knew what the man was doing was not normal or right. The idea of the man playing a role all along made him the saddest.